Hello everyone, it's Jenny. I'm here to play some more Stanley Parables. Now, the first video that I did was just the straight run through. I'm just gonna go completely kooky on this, and I still hate the loading screen. Yay! I've actually got like 5 of the 10 achievements now. I did that because I was bored mostly, but let's see what we can get done in this episode. I'm probably only going to post 2 or 3 more depending on how many of the different twists and turns I can actually accomplish for this. And when I have all of those done, of course, that'll be the end of the Stanley Parable series, but if you have any like requests for me to say something in the next video, like no, I don't know. Whatever you think would be cool, I guess. I'm just doing this straightforward on this. Ouch. I'm gonna do one of the odd or something endings. Man, this loading screen has me really fucking annoyed. Yeah, I'm also thinking about working on some more Alice Madness Returns. I've pretty much given up on Hitman Blood Money, except I might finish the second episode, which I only have 2.5 up. But we'll see, shall we? So slow on our loading screen. I'm sorry about this, folks. I don't know why it's so slow, but whatever. It just takes forever. I also forgot to mention that I might be doing some more League of Legends at some point.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna
Stanley
skip
worked
this.
for a company in a...
Mostly because you guys have already seen my video along with PewDiePie's and a few others that actually do these kinds of things. Now, I will say this about PewDiePie. He's awesome.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
No, he hasn't. Let's see. I'm gonna go the wrong way.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Right. You entered
This
the
was
door on
not
his
the
right.
correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
No.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
I'm bored, but I've played this game so much, so it's fun.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Shut up, narrator. This room is blue. I claim it as mine.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Nope. It's because of you, narrator. Because you're so freaking weird.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Nope. Coffee. Thank you. Let's see. Is there anything else that the annoying narrator can say? I guess not.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room, and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Right.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
You know what? Whee!
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Okay then. It was so funny, it actually made me cough.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Nope. This looks different. The fuck? Yeah, very fucking different. The fuck?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider.
Shut up,
Eager
narrator.
to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Right.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
I don't trust the narrator, and no one should. Oh, this is just too funny. Oh, crap.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Blue.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
No. Blue door.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Alright. Yeah. I like blue more. But red is just as pretty. Which way should I go, guys? Which way should I go, minions? Alright. I'll go through the... No. Screw it. I'll go through the red door.
Thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
The fuck? Oh god. It's exactly how I saw it on PewDiePie's. Fuck. Decisions. I'm not very good with these kinds of decisions. Ugh. Let's see. Fucking hell. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by its tail. If he hollers, let him go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. My mother said to pick the very best one, and you are not it. Okay, left it is. The fuck? The fuck?
What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
It is pretty and all, but yeah, no. It's kind of creepy as well. Again, so is this.
No, wait. Where are you going? Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset.
I don't
We'll
care.
lose all of this.
So? It's called the
Please,
Parable
no,
of
Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
First time I've ever actually done this in a game. And I do mean that quite literally, aside from earlier.
Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
I don't think I should. Whee!
Oh, thank God. You lived. You had me worried there for a moment.
Holy
Now,
shit.
can we please get back to the other... There. See? This is what you want. This is where we can both be happy. We really can. If we stop moving, we just have to stop moving.
Why? I have ADD, Buster Brown. Standing still.
Stanley, go back. There's nothing good that can come from this.
Dude, shut up. I was in the middle of a sentence.
No. No, no. What do you do? Do you just not believe me? What can I say to convince you?
Nothing. You're just this stupid narrator. As I was saying, I have ADD. Sitting still or standing still is kind of a problem for me. Yay! Whee!
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me? Yes, perhaps you can. Perhaps you finally see what I'm talking about. I know you'll see that we can't be happy if we leave this place. You can see that, can't you?
I'm not a fan of neon-colored lights. Seems every time I jump, it changes.
No, perhaps not.
This
My
one...
God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
No. And, dude, you made me forget what I was saying. Let's see. This is a lot different than what I'm used to, because I have played the original Parable. Though when I tried to get it again, it just will not work. I don't understand why, but whatever. I think it was after the third or fourth time that you jump that it actually does restart on you. Let's see. Whee! Okay, maybe not.
Maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours. Do you actually want to stay alive? Or are you just teasing me? I wanted us to be happy here, Stanley. I really did. I wish I still thought that was possible.
The colors are better now. I think I'm gonna go ahead and force it to restart. Mostly because it's fun. and to screw around with the narrator. It's not something I'll say very often, but whatever. That's an interesting view. I do enjoy this parable a great deal, or else I wouldn't keep coming back to play it. Even though I don't always record it, I do kind of come back and play it quite often. So, let's see if it'll restart. Whee!
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Kind of right at the end of the sentence. That's just funny as shit. Alrighty. I'm gonna do one more.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Nope.
The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What was it about this room that called so deeply and so personally to Stanley? Its grace? Its subtle charm? No. Stanley knew it was something deeper, something darker.
Raider.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Oh. Nope. Nope. Shit. Oh well. Ah. That's the one that it came out of. I can't even open it. Ah.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Nope. I don't want to be on track. Off the beaten path.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
So says the narrator.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Nope. Whee!
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar.
Yeah.
Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun. Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd, and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Nope. And that narrator is just annoying.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Fuck.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
That's depressing. Wow. Alright, I think that's it for this particular episode of the Stanley Parables. I will post more, or I should say record and post more when I can. I apologize again for not posting for a few days. I haven't been feeling well. Life's been hectic. Just all over the place. Plus, I think I've been a little bit burnt out on games recently, so. So next time, guys. See ya. I mean, bye.